time too, was there anything of like you being a woman in this business, where did that ever come up a lot with you, like with at conventions and things early on, and was there things like that?
So it did come up, but only with certain people. There was certain people who just were old school male, and the majority of them were at the time European.
Oh wow.
They weren't comfortable, the ones who spoke to me anyway, weren't comfortable with women tattoo artists. They didn't feel it was right.
Oh.
And that grew out and fizzled out fairly quickly, but I'm sure there's still people who feel that way.
Yeah.
Some of the old timers. And it was just the way it had been for so many years. It was male dominated.
Yes.
So there isn't a lot of history before, I'm gonna say,
like hardcore males too.
Yeah.
Like hard ass dudes.
Right.
That's what's pretty different about tattooers today and then.
Right. And even way back in the day, you're talking about these guys who dealt with military every day, and that wasn't, although military people are very respected, they're also very hardcore, and the tattoo artists who tattoo them were even more so.
Yes, because they had to deal with them.
Yeah.
A lot of these dudes come in drunk.
Yeah.
Drunk sailors and shit.
Yeah. You're talking gun under the counter kind of shops, all the time, or in the back of your pants or whatever. That's how it was. And those tattoo artists were very strong and very hardcore. So, females coming in, it was kind of different. It was like, oh God, we got to deal with this. We can't have our boy talk in the shop.
Yes.
And a lot of women I've talked to over the years have talked about when they started, like Vivine, for instance.
Mm-hmm.
Vivine is the first female in the United States to own her own shop.
Oh wow.
So she opened her shop in 1979, and she was the first girl to do that in her own place. And she said prior to that, and Cindy Ray, they talk about how they were just the girl in the corner. They got the last tattoos. They were, basically, however you want to put it, they were just there for eye candy. They were there for whatever, whatever the reason was. They didn't have any importance in the shop. They weren't allowed to talk about the rules or be involved in the shop talk or any of that.
Wow.
So it was different.
It is a lot different.
And I wasn't aware of that, because when we opened the shop, it was basically like, even though there was guys in the shop, I didn't feel that.
Oh, that's great.
I mean, it was our shop.
Yeah, so
but
that had
still,
a little bit to do with it.
Yeah, I'm sure that had a little bit to do with it. But the guys who worked there didn't have those feelings.
Yeah. And if they came with you to work, then they're pretty much over that.
Right.
Yeah, and I think, as you started, getting really good and things started, turning around, winning all these awards and stuff, did that change at all, or did that people become more accepting because of that? Because I know that you worked your ass off to become through and break through that barrier of all those dudes winning everything and stuff. Did
I
it
just
start
ignored
changing?
it.
Yeah, you just ignored it. Cool.